When we are regularly meditating, when we have controlled our thought, are moved into a positive, generally high emotional states, we will understand today how meditation is eliminating stress in the body. Just the simple practice of meditation eliminates stress, and so then many people are saying that they're healing. I have healed backache. I said I've healed an ENT condition that I had. There are ankle twists, significant tear, ligament tears, and for whatever reason, I could not take the full 2 months of rest that was advised, and so then what was told is that this is not going to get repaired unless you give the full rest. And I couldn't do, I was just on and off. But then this part healed. It was there with me as paining for a few weeks, but then I put attention to it, and then this part healed. There are many if we call that miracle, medically is not possible, then so many of them are healing the conditions. When they come into meditation, when they're sincerely practicing it. Let's go into a meditation once again, dear friends, and scientifically understand post-meditation, the direct physical health benefit, one aspect of it today. We're practicing breath mindfulness meditation, dear friends. Anybody new there? Our goal in this meditation is to stay empty. We have thousands of thoughts in our mind. When we observe our natural breath with our eyes closed, our mind becomes empty. So the posture is simple to do this meditation. We covered this in day 1 and day 2 of last week when we started this program. We'll go there and then listen to the YouTube recordings. You'll have a better understanding of these techniques. So if you sit down in the chair or on the floor, as you see in the picture, fingers into fingers, hands comfortably placed in your lap, close your eyes and observe your breath. When you observe the breath, slowly mind becomes empty. And as the mind is empty, we experience total emptiness. And we may experience some sensation, movement, witness to it without analyzing whatever happens to your body. In case anytime you have thought, you bring your attention back to the breath and again observe the breath. So do this. We do this for a long time and called breath mindfulness meditation. Before we start this, we're doing a process called heart elevation. Very simple. Just follow my guidance for this, dear friends. I'm playing music and also guide. Relax yourself. Sit comfortably. Relax your body. Observing our breath. And slowly, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation. Put your fingers into fingers. Hands comfortably rested in your lap. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath, dear friends.
we go through the breath, we cannot access our own greatness.
Our goal is to empty the mind and stay connected to this emptiness, that quantum field of energy. And you observe your breath. Your mind slowly becomes empty. As your mind is becoming empty, you channelize all that energy into the present moment, and your body functions at its natural best. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to experience that emptiness inside of you, all around you. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to experience that emptiness and void. As you empty your mind of thought, you move away from matter. You experience less of matter, more of emptiness. That emptiness where there's no body, where there's no thing, in no place. all emptiness is energy. The quantum field of energy with infinite possibilities. The longer you stay connected to this emptiness, the more you tune in to these possibilities. Everything that you ever experienced or will experience is here in this field of energy as a possibility. The longer you stay aware of this emptiness, that void, the more clearer you become. the more you tune in to the abundance of that healing energy. Empowerment energy, love energy, allow yourself to merge into the emptiness of yourself. Your greater mind or awareness Friends, at this time, let's express gratitude. Gratitude to all things and everybody. Can you express gratitude to your parents, your teachers, mentors, family, friends, colleagues, relatives, everybody? Be grateful to this grand nature, the bird, the fish, and the animals, to the technology, to the system, the companies, the governments, to everything you use. Be grateful to yourself into this intelligent quantum field. And experiencing this beautiful life. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Recollect your experiences from the session. How did you feel? What did you see? What have you experienced? And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you may open your eyes. Okay, dear friends. Today we'll understand a very important topic on physical health. Broadly, we categorize all of this health into the physical body into 4 or 5 areas. Health that's gained by eliminating stress. Energy that we gain is important for the body to be active. Mental well-being, so that we can stay fit to go about taking many initiatives. Mental abilities. Mental well-being is lack of depression, lack of anxieties and worries. Mental abilities increase our powers of the mind, like reading, reskilling ourselves, all of that increased. When our body and physical body and mind become very fit, then we say the physical body has gained its natural state to perform better. So this week we're going to cover that. Emotional health we're going to cover in another week. So let me share a few slides about what is stress. So we understand stress a bit, and then we understand this process of meditation and practicing, how it's helping eliminate that stress. Physical health, physical quotient. I mentioned this thing about energy communication. Everywhere, the communication happening between any two entities is through energy. If we understand this point, that everything is energy communication, physical matter reacting to each other versus energy colliding with another energy field, so there is a communication. Now, energy is all information and thought. So if you understand this, that everything is energy communication, then we look to change the energy as opposed to changing the physical matter. Because every creation is happening from nothingness. And the nothingness is emptiness energy field called quantum field. And from there comes the matter. And so changing energy field will change the matter is the basic concept of all healing, the placebo effects. And these water experiments, the Japanese scientist Masaru Emoto took water and put water crystals in a microscope to see how is the water's patterns inside, how are the molecules are all organized. And what they found is that amazing. When you specify, when you subject the water to a specific word like thank you, love you, hate you, then the water molecules organize themselves to different patterns. Just with the words that we say, which is essentially sending a vibration, energy communication. The word thank you had a beautiful effect. The word thank you had a beautiful effect as you see in the picture. The opposite, and if you say you make me sick, suddenly the crystals are disorganized and then they broke the patterns. The thank you pattern is coherency. When things are coherent, it's like if you have a piece of puzzle. Now they all fit into each other at some point, and then if you can fit them in, then the puzzle becomes complete. The picture emerges in the puzzle. Now, if you put wrong pieces to the puzzle, then you will not be able to complete, then it's out of order, non-coherent. So coherency, when you see, is creation. So now here it looks beautiful. Now when they're coherent, they work together and they have the benefit of the true water into the body. True benefit is there when you consume the water. So you make me sick, disintegrate pattern. I love you and appreciate you, very beautiful pattern. A prayer is made. Before the prayer, this is the water, they collected a sample from a stream. And then after the prayer, these are the water changes. So there are many more such emotions that they've experimented in the next slide here. Thank you, wisdom, truth, eternal. Now, all of these seem to send a certain level of emotion and signal, vibration, and so they seem to change to different patterns. That's amazing. What's amazing is that depending on each word that is there, now when you say a word, you have a certain level of emotion behind it. We know what it means. When you say a word, there is a different emotion that you're sending. So that has a signal, a different thought and emotion. You know what it means. When I say eternal, then suddenly it brings back memories potentially of people who are there forever. The whole cosmos is there forever, eternal. And it sends a positive signal, all with all of that meaning. So now all of that thought and that associated signal is vibration. Energy is the signal that we're talking. Now that seem to go to these water molecules, and so they seem to change. On the other hand, the negative words that we say, you fool, you make me sick, evil, they seem to have a totally disorganized patterns, non-coherent patterns. So this communication demonstrates, this experiment demonstrates that there is energy communication, thoughts and feelings or emotions are energy, And that energy signal is going to the cells to change the way they organize themselves. Then this is experimented to epigenetics, has become a concept of epigenetics. The epigenetics is exactly that our cells receive signal from the environment, which is external to the cell. And so our mind, through our thought, if the thought process change to be positive, then similar emotions, then our cells also receive similar signal. They're organizing, reorganizing differently. So let's understand a bit about stress. I'm going to come back to the epigenetics concept later again in this week. But let's understand stress is the #1 reason for many illnesses. They're called lifestyle disorders. Nearly 90% or more of illnesses are based due to stress, whether it is lack of digestion, whether it is lack of, sexual drive, whether it's lack of, whether it's improper decisions, hormonal imbalances, many illnesses or lifestyle disorders, and then backaches, muscle aches, knee aches, leg aches, all kinds of pains, headaches, migraines, many menstrual challenges. It's because stress is what? Is constantly worrying about things. If people are not there, we worry about it. Our health is, financial situation, worry about it. Delivery situations or the projects, we worry about it. Relationships, worry. Argue, fights, many things, blaming, trying to please people. At workplace, we've got many of the stresses, fear of blame. So we constantly worry, is going to people blame me for what has happened, even if that's there and everywhere. We do something out of good intention, somewhere it goes, it's interpreted differently, so then we start worrying about blame. We try to please people constantly, bosses, or some colleagues, senior colleagues, or parents, or we constantly please people. And it becomes difficult to manage. Am I done enough? Have I done enough to please them? Do I have to continue to give explanations? Oh my God, it puts so much stress. Explanations is not a spiritual concept. We're trying to manage people's situation by go on giving explanations when that's of no use to anybody, only put stress. We're juggling with multiple tasks and then stringent deadlines and difficult to meet commitments. And so all of them are making us to go on ruminating, thinking about what's going to happen in the future, or how bad it was of the past, how difficult people have been to us, how difficult life is. Say, my life is just horrible. These are the words we use. And see, my life is horrible is actually sending a signal of a very, very negative nature to the body. But leave alone the signal. But here is, let's understand a biological mechanism of a physical body. Something more tangible to understand. Our body is very, very intelligent. And is responding to external threats. Let's say physical danger is there. When there is physical danger, like a dog chasing, or when you go into a walk in a forest, then suddenly you see an animal, and so then there is a physical danger. The physical danger needs to be tackled, and so the body by itself has an inbuilt mechanism. When our sensory perception sense the danger, they send the signal because they already have a meaning about that animal. If that animal we feel is something that can danger us, we already have that meaning. And so our sensory perception send a signal that is interpreted, and then we have a meaning assigned, so we pull out that meaning, we say, oh, it's dangerous, and so we send that communication into the subconscious, the emotional center. And so then it is trying to silently prepare itself. It's silently trying to prepare itself. You have this thalamus, hypothalamus there, you have amygdala, the emotional center, all these three areas that are combined, acting to respond to an external threat here, now an event that our brain interpret based on the memory. And so the body, the first thing is doing is the moment it understands as it is a threat situation, the moment these three areas that understand the threat situation, then immediately the body must be moved into a fight or flight mode. So the physical body is constructed in a way that a certain level of neural peptides are released into the body from amygdala. Certain level of neural peptides are released into the body from the second brain. And these neural peptides immediately sort of making the physical body change and then respond differently. One, for example, our hands and legs become very restless. I don't know, they actually have suddenly a lot more energy. I used to get focused. Our heartbeat changes, we know it, when there is a physical danger. There's more circulation of blood happening to the areas like legs and hands. So what it is doing is that when there is, it moves the body into something called a scientific word called fight and flight mode. Fight means you fight, and flight means you run away, one of the two. Because those are the two things that we can do. And so the technical words are that there is a sympathetic nervous system, that a body has two nervous systems, sympathetic and parasympathetic. The sympathetic nervous system is the one that causes us to be active, to do work actively. Parasympathetic nervous system is the one which is giving rest to every part of the body. One rests the body, another activates the body's certain activities. And so if these are perfectly balanced, if you are active and then immediately taking rest, active, taking rest, active, taking rest, then the body is perfectly in balance, and so it works great. All systems work great. But the problems come when you are sympathetic, that is, the active one is active for continuously for too long a time. And that's first thing that happens in a stressful situation where we need to be active to do work. We are in either have to fight or fly. We cannot just rest and relax and then not let this energy go into the areas to be active. So the sympathetic nervous system becomes active. And in order to keep us active further, there are several chemicals that get dumped into the physical body's bloodstream. Cortisol, adrenaline, and then many other chemicals get dumped into the body to keep it alive, active, to regulate the blood circulation, where a lot of it is diverted towards where it's most necessary, where it is necessary, to hands and legs so that we can run, up and fight, we can have extra energy, to our eyes so that the eyes can be focused towards that thing that is regard of physical danger. So these are all happening automatically. The feeling center is more active so that now we are able to respond, we're able to shout, we're able to seek help, and all of that must be there. So you've got a different kind of feeling. So that also is there to protect, right? To protect ourselves. Okay, heightened feeling. We cannot be aware. And so when all of this happens, and since you have extra energy in the legs and hands, you're able to fight or fly. This is all happening for a physical danger. The moment body senses danger, then immediately produce these chemicals, and then our sympathetic nervous system is active. So, which means you can't afford, for example, in a physical danger situation, you can't afford to sleep. So there's no sleep. That cortisol in our body bloodstream does not let you to sleep, does not let you rest, keeps you alert. So it is a good thing when you have physical danger. Now, this physical danger eventually is what? It's a thought communication. If the sensory perception send a signal, the signal is interpreted by the memory, and there's a thought communication happening saying that I have got danger here. Now, that is the essence is going to the subconscious. Now, so far, so good. Physical body is out of balance. And if the physical body is out of balance normally for a physical danger for some time, and then let's say it's 2 minutes, 3 minutes later, the threat goes away, and then body retreats back to the original state. The chemicals get removed, and then parasympathetic gets active back again, and so then body resting. So in a normal physical danger, when the danger disappears in a few minutes or a few hours, then the body retreats back to the original state. And so all things fine. But at least you got the support to protect the body in a physical danger situation. But if this danger lasted for too long, that your active sympathetic is continuously active, but not the sympathetic is continuously active, then our body is, then we say, out of balance. And that's when it's out of balance, then many illnesses are showing up. Our modern life activates this important flight or fight mode too often for too long. So what's happening when this blame game is there, when this, the worries about trying to please people is there, when we are worried about deliveries, constant loads of work. And so we are constantly thinking about all of this again and again. If we have arguments, then we're going and then talking about the arguments to everybody again and again, reliving that negative emotion. So then we are sending force signals into the body. So we're sending the similar threat as the physical threat signal to the mind is formulating and saying, I've got a threat here. Something is not good is happening. That rumination with the negative, worrisome, fearful thought is same as physical stress. And so then it signals the body to move into fight or flight mode. When the body moves into the fight or flight mode, and then it stays there for too long, that means you kept the sympathetic nervous system active for too long. That means we kept too many those cortisol and other chemicals in the bloodstream for too long. When you have them for too long, and the fight or flight mode means what? The supply, the blood circle, the energy supply is streamlined, where most of it is directed towards your legs and hands, so that you have that energy, extra energy to fight or flight. So you become restless. But in order to give energy in one place, you got to reduce somewhere else. For example, if you're nicely working in an office building, and we're all working, and suddenly, and somebody's doing phone calls, somebody's doing a meeting, somebody's doing nice product designs, and all of that, suddenly there's an alarm rings, fire alarm. That's an emergency mode. What do? We drop everything that we are doing. So we got to drop the activity so that we can just focus, stay focused, find the near exit, and then run out of the building. So we drop what we're doing to do the other thing, to stay focused, to give that extra energy, and then so we quickly get out of the danger. So the same thing. The same thing here, that when this danger, when the body is in fight or flight mode, trying to protect itself, because now we keep worrying about it, that also translates the fight or flight mode. And so then automatically the energy is there in legs and hands, but for that, it has to drop rest of the functions. So suboptimal energy flow to your digestive system, to reproductive gland system, to your thyroid system. Many of these glands that are not being supplied sufficient amount of energy in stress mode. And so digestive system does not work. Heartburns, heartaches, indigestions, problems. There isn't enough supply into the thyroid area, so hormonal imbalances happen. Sleep is not there. We can't sleep. It takes forever to sleep because that chemical is there, actively there. This happens either actively due to a current situation or even otherwise. Some people have strong beliefs that if I am of certain level where I have lived up to a certain level of mark in the society and my children are not becoming that, suppose, and then instead they are taking a different path and they're not listening to us, they're taking a different path. We expect them to respect when people come into the home, they don't even come out of the rooms. And all of this have an internal silent rumination happening. What's happening to my prestige? What's happening to what do people think of me now? These guys don't even come out and then say hi. And so there is silent rumination. We say, no, everything is going fine. My finances are good, this is good, but we have this, huge hangover about that image that we try to protect. Silently, we ruminate. That's also stress. That's also stress. We don't even recognize that we carry it. We're protecting our internal image. And so all of this stress, dear friends, then moving the body into emergency mode, that means the emergency mode, a fight or flight mode, is a mode where sympathetic is constantly active and then less resources or suboptimal resource supply to many parts of the body. And so there's no sexual drive, there's no energy, no interest, there's indigestion, all kinds of stuff. There is all kinds of, because the backache show up, your migraine headache show up, because the thoughts are not good. So there is not enough supply. So the brain is not working anyway well. The headache show up. Since not adequate good supply, we make very poor decisions. Cognitive capability in the conscious mind is poor. So very poor decisions. Decision making is impure, not good, and a stressful situations. So we have all illnesses showing up because we are sufficiently long enough period, it says, putting the body into the fight or flight mode. So what is the way out? The way out is to eliminate all this unwanted thought. The modern lifestyle induced thought has to be removed. We are worrying too much of the past. We are reliving too much in the past. There are two angles of things that are about to happen. We keep building up stories in our mind before even they happen. And so all of that has to be stopped for our body going back to the normal state. And that's meditation, dear friends. Meditation is helping us to disengage from the past events. Automatically, every day we observe our breath, and so empty the mind. The more you empty the mind, as over a period of time, those unwanted thoughts getting less and lesser, because it has this beautiful, when neuroscience combined, anything that you practice and keep empty and stay away from recollecting, then that disappears. So your past memories, your past events are slowly disappearing as you empty the mind and stay rested. That benefit is then to the wakeful time. In meditation, you sit down, you sincerely practice. That's why you have to meditate for a sufficiently long time. You practice, and then slowly, many old memories also disappear. Not only the conscious mind activity is slowing down, but subconscious memories that are the cause of many projecting thought is also slowly disappearing. For example, 2 years ago, if we had a bad experience with a tough manager in a company, now the moment you change the job and the moment you see another tough manager showing up with any symptom of that, then immediately your memory from the past pulled out, and then now that starts acting and saying, oh my God, now how is going my life here? It starts acting, it starts bringing up the same events and feelings, and so then we start thinking about it. That memory is there. We don't even recognize it. Now, meditation, sufficiently long enough time you do, then some of those memories are also getting disappear, because when you empty the mind for more than 3 weeks or so, and you don't recall an event for sufficiently long time, then that memory disappears, it fades away. That's one way, but there are several other ways in the energy body wise. But we're trying to explain in a physical body what happens. So, dear friends, when our thoughts are streamlined, when we stop worrying about future, or we stop ruminating into the past of any situation, then we are bringing back the body into the parasympathetic system is come back. And meditation is also generating feel-good hormones like dopamine, serotonin, Many of them, we talk about this later this week. And so the feel-good hormones are also making us feel good no matter what. There may be a tough situation right now going in our office. There's a huge deadline, there's a pressure from everywhere, they got to deliver. But these feel-good hormones sort of help you to feel good even though the situations are there. The feel-good hormones, like when you get a reward, you get a produce a dopamine chemical to make you feel good. That's produced default through meditation. So it's sort of telling you that, hey, life is too big, don't stop worrying about stuff. Because worry is only making us or decision-making improper. So it's not helping really in any situation. Even in the tougher delivery situations, it's not helping. So worry, it only makes things worse. And so meditation, the feel-good hormones, makes us feel good even the situation is bad. Or at least let us not stop worrying. It develops compassion. It's stopping the mental rumination. So then body comes back to balance called homeostasis. Your sympathetic, parasympathetic work great, dear friends. And so the body is relieved of all illnesses. So in summary, meditation is helping repair the body, helping eliminate stress, and so then many, many illnesses disappear. The moment the thoughts drop, what happens? The moment the body comes back to homeostasis, so then the chemicals like cortisol removed from the bloodstream permanently. I mean, they're withdrawn back. When they're withdrawn back, your sleep restores. So you start sleeping pretty well. Your digestion comes back. Your headaches disappear. Your hormonal imbalances go away because now circulation is happening beautifully. So that's why it's an intelligent body. We don't have to do anything as long as we don't interfere into it. Interfere to a thought. If we eliminate that, then body is taking care of itself beautifully. So most of the lifestyle disorders disappear. The stress-based situations disappear. What they found is that this meditation increases immunity. The thymus gland is also then is a beneficiary when all these thoughts are not there and you have good emotion. That heart elevation we're doing, and then when you are in a good emotion, the thymus gland is functioning greatly. That's at the heart center. And so then immunity, the reason for the cause of immunity gland is called immunity gland, where there's a lot of immunity cells like antibody, the T cells are produced here. And so then immunity increases. Dr. Joe Dispenza's research, 60% immunity increase in 5 days of meditations, morning and evening, in a workshop. Even Heart Math Institute has done a lot of research around heart elevation process alone, giving increasing immunity. So meditation, then, dear friends, is also anti-aging. That means it develops a lot of youthfulness. We'll understand this as we go along in this week. And then through Zen expression, it's solving many chronic illnesses, Zen expression, which is called epigenetics. So in essence, if we can understand that we ruminating our problems again and again is causing so much of damage to the physical body. If we understand this, and then we stay away from situations that happen, stuff happens, traffic is there. And when situations happen, we go on talking about the traffic, getting frustrated because we missed meetings, is only causing inadequate stress into the body to cause our health to degenerate. And so we need to be mindful and aware to stay out of that and then come back to the job at hand. So we are driving, traffic is there. What do you do? This is what do we do? Developed a habit to listen to beautiful music, listen to an audiobook, experience it. And in case somebody is driving you, so nicely go into meditation, what to do. We can do any of those and then enhance our energy as opposed to depleting the energy. That's another class day after tomorrow. Day after tomorrow, talk about how meditation enhance our energy by changing the way we do our activities. At the same time, we do differently, we respond differently, so our energy enhances as opposed to our body going into the poor health mode. So Eliminating the thought of the past or the worries of the future is meditation to bring us into the present moment, dear friends. This breath mindfulness meditation. And that's why starting within a week onwards, people say, I'm sleeping, I'm resting, I'm calm. And then in 6 months, people are saying, my migraine headaches, I don't have them at all. Many of them in much less time. Under 6 months, many people are saying many illnesses are disappearing under 6 months of regular practice. In 3 weeks, in our surveys, and self-assessment will come again this time too, is that in 3 weeks, in many of our self-assessment surveys, participants are saying that 70% of the participants, consistently 60 to 70% have said that they were healed of a condition already, or they know their body is healing because the pain is reducing. You know how you feel your toothache, how you feel your backache, all of them are reducing in symptoms. So you know that it's healing in 3 weeks of this practice. So thank you very much for joining to understand this very important concept of stress and how meditation directly tackles it. Any announcements today we have? Book club.
Yes.
We're starting. Yes, Rakesh, you have something to...
No, I was just about to say about the book club.
Yeah.
Reminder that right after this session, the first session of the book club, where we're reading the book Illusions. So please do join and participate fully. And another reminder, there is a new program which is happening starting today for youth. We do a 21-day program for youth and graduating youth. So called Vibrance. Please pass this along to your, people who can take benefit of this.
Thank you, Rakesh. Thank you, dear friends. So we'll see you all tomorrow again, day 2. We're going to talk about some more concepts of the physical health and healing through meditation. Thank you.
Surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am stronger every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is open wide.
Yes. Any
Yes,
meditators would like to share how meditation helps you to heal?
we have Adarsh. Adarsh, can turn on your video and go ahead.
Yeah. Namaste to the COT. Namaste, Chandra sir.
Yes, namaste.
Yeah, and the last week was very wonderful, and I had a great opportunity to witness myself in complete higher version of me in the very first day itself last Monday. And I just got control of everything surrounding me. I could sense the vibrations of table, chair, and without my consent and permission, they are not, they are in my energy fields surrounding me. And it was very good last week, but today it was 100% distractions. even though my there was no zero thoughts and I was completely get concentrated on my breath, but I don't know why it was 100% distractions.
It's common. It's common. There is no, it's not linear. All our days are not same. Your time with the children, not every time is same. They're different. They're different depending on everybody's mood, environment, in that given day situation. So some of meditation is an intelligent process. Sometimes it's also working to improve your patience. Patience is healing. So if there is patience, is your progress in meditation. So it's a fundamental quality that we develop. And even for that, we just patiently wait. And so many things are happening in this process. So why an experience of a given day is one way or the other, I cannot predict. So accept as unpredictable, just the way our days are unpredictable, that food we make is not necessarily there. Every day, same taste, so different taste. So like that, this is also different. The way you feel, how you feel is different from what happens actually in the meditation. We say always every meditation is good meditation because we are transcending time in some way or the other. We're going to the empty states and the benefits are there. Just sitting down with eyes closed has itself has got a lot of benefit. Sitting with eyes closed, where many distractions have disappeared, so already so much of energy is conserved in your mind with rest and thought.
But I was just expecting at least calmness, but it was not there.
There's no, again, there is no, you can't predict. We can expect, but that's not in our control. When you observe the breath, you're emptying. When you're emptying, then you are becoming, that much. Now, that day, depending on any situation, or for example, now we know everything we equate to external only, right? We say, hey, externally, I've done very less activity. I've been in this vacation or this holiday home, but still I have a lot of thought, right? But understand what it is say. Meditation is stirring up some of the suppressed emotions. They have to be brought forward. It'll bring forward for us to really when they look into them sometimes. So that can happen, right? Some health condition that is lurking around, maybe getting healed, of which now it may be pushing some memories up. So then there is that.
So
it is eliminating layers and layers and layers of subconscious programs. And every time a layer is removed, then you have a different set of thought, another layer surfaces, so the different set of thought. So you can't really predict what happens in meditation. You just have to recognize the benefit is there. So how do we measure? Continue, and then 3 weeks later, look at yourself. 6 weeks later, again, look at yourself. Am I getting better? In 3 months, see how your response is. And as long as that is there, now this all will become secondary.
But the last week was very good. As I told you earlier, in the very first day itself, I just got to know that my entire life I have spent is under illusion.
No, I got it. We don't have to repeat it. I got it. So there's no, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Break their logic, break their analysis. There's no correlation of your experiences versus yesterday and today. There's no correlation. Trying to put a logic to it, they will never get an answer. So break it. Break your yesterday's experience and today they're different. They're not linear.
Okay.
The experience of meditation are not linear. So there's no linear progress. If you're trying to measure a good experience, calmness today in that session is equal to a good meditation, that's not wrong. That's not progress. That's not how the progress is measured. Progress is measured by your calmness during the day, not in meditation. Right? Not in meditation, but calmness during the day in your activities. Progress is measured by how positive you've been in your activities, right? How patient you're in your activities, how loving you're in activities, all of that, right?
Okay. Thank you.
Many people had difficult days in the first day, second day, third day. But then some of them start turning around and saying, hey, now I've got the greatest experience yesterday and today, right? And some of them are saying that. You had the opposite, you had some good days and suddenly you start seeing that today. But tomorrow it can be again, fresh again, totally different. It'll be like that. It's going to be like that. Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
And I have created a notes of your lectures from day one. And I'm
Wonderful.
happy to do it.
Please do share in the group.
Okay. Nothing, sir. I have not done more, but the lectures of yours, pre and post meditation session. That's it.
It'll be great if you share it, then it'll get amplified. Others also.
And I have noted down my experience also, everyday experiences.
You will go very far in the process of meditation. You're very disciplined, so it's going to take you a long way in the process. That much I can tell you. Because every time you write, you reinforce your learning. That's so important. The knowledge is to be there, it has to stick. So write, reinforce it. You have notes, you're going to go back and refer to it. And so then you can apply it in your daily life. Okay.
True. Yeah.
Yes, right.
Thank you very much, sir. Eager to meet you on after 20th.
Sure.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Dheeraj.
Good morning, sir. Sir, from 2 days, I'm experiencing that while meditating, I'm unable to listen you. I'm so much engrossed in the meditation that I'm unable to follow you. Is it okay?
Very much okay. Congratulations. So you're having good meditation, so continue. My guidance is secondary, not necessary. When you're going into nature, all the yogis are meditating, no music, no guidance. So it's like that. So guidance is not necessary. Music is not necessary. It's so you don't have to listen to the music army.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, please do raise your hands if you want to share or have any question. With a lot of gratitude. Messages, yes. Madam Nalini Kumari.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir, I'm really overwhelmed to listen to your talk, sir. Can I tell one sentence about myself?
Yes, please. Tell me
So
more.
I was a veterinary medicine professor in the university for 3.5 decades and took voluntary retirement on health grounds. And I'm fully convinced about your talk, and I'm so much overwhelmed. And now actually we have planned for a surgery for my health problem, but now I feel that I should postpone and wait for a while practicing this meditation. Before that, only that logic mind used to come and interfere. But now that, as you said, that layers of beliefs embedded in the subconscious levels, I think that was all interfering with my this thing. And I do not know how to express my gratitude to you, sir. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful, madam. I can tell you this much. For many meditators, when there's a diagnosis that you need a double bypass surgery, triple bypass surgery, and many of them, usually there is some time given, right? There's always some time given. So many of them utilize that opportunity to meditate. But one thing they've done is they've done long meditations. And then after 3 or 4 weeks later, they go to the specialist and they say, I don't know what you've done, but it's not required anymore. You go away. So this has happened. So everything is what you decide to be. Everything is what you decide to be. So if you decide in your mind that I'm going to see it through my meditation, please do it. And thank you for the compliment. We'll take it, absolutely.
Oh, sir, it's a thing which has come from the bottom of my heart.
Yes, madam. Thank you. Where are you from?
I'm from Tirupati, sir.
Tirupati. Okay.
Yeah.
మీరు pyramid meditation విన్నారండి? You speak Telugu?
Yeah. Telugu. I'm a native speaker of Telugu, Tirupati, yes, sir.
Yes. Pyramid meditation part?
Yeah, విన్నాను సార్. దాన్ని ఇంకా ప్రాక్టీస్ అంటే నేను ఒక 1 or 2 months గా నేను దీంతో టచ్ లోకి వచ్చాను. భారతి ఉంది కదా సార్ తిరుపతిలో. తను షీ హ్యాపెన్ టు బై మై ఫ్రెండ్, బట్ ఇన్ బిట్వీన్ వి లాస్ట్ టచ్, బట్ షీ కాట్ హోల్డ్ ఆఫ్ మీ and then now I'm catching hold of her without losing her.
Amazing masterpiece.
And I'm totally convinced about because I know that little scientific background.
Yes.
So it's amazing.
బాగుంది మేడం.
చాలా సార్.
భారతి గారు వాళ్ళ అబ్బాయి లండన్ లో ఉంటాడు కదా.
అవును, మాంచెస్టర్. అవును.
So much service they do. So much.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
That's what, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir, and my tons of pranams to you.
Thank
for
you.
the service you are all rendering to the society.
Please visit us in Bangalore when you are there.
Sure, sir. But and my health problem is not this heart cardiac problem, some neurological problem. So because of administrative stress and all other things, I feel I developed that.
Yes, sir.
So,
everything you sincerely practice, you will know this. You will heal.
Yeah, that's what, sir.
Disappear. Yeah. Okay. So thank you very much, dear friends. So we will meet again tomorrow. Thank you.
I trust my instincts and let spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and pure and free, as I continue walking in this mystery. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am grateful every moment, every day. There may be walls, there may be roadblocks in my way, but I can choose to take a higher path each day. And now I know that what I thought was safe and sound was only habit and regret that held me down. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will